name's Braden. I am the creator and the main actor for the short film known as Footsteps. And welcome to the mini-series Director's Journal for Footsteps. This mini-series was actually meant to be a full-blown movie, just like the pre-visualization Director's Journal was, but it ended up being so much more longer than the previous and even than I thought it'd be that I didn't want to have to put you guys through watching a 4-hour movie, so instead I've split it into a 4-part series. In this episode though, we've got days 1 to 5 of production and it's a long one. I'm sorry, this is the longest episode out of the 4 episodes, mainly probably because I was so excited to start filming this short film that I filmed every little detail. Just so you know, I call this a director's journal because it's a behind the scenes, but it's not a fancy smancy behind the scenes with lots of high-end cameras. It's just me on set, the actor, director, cinematographer and all that, with a camera filming what he's doing, as I just wanted to get everything out on camera, so in a couple years time when I'm wondering how I made these short films and what kind of effort I put into them, I can go back and look at that. So I apologize for the really crappy camera quality and the really bad audio quality that's throughout the whole BTS Director's Journal. I didn't have much to work with. I could have, but that would have taken several more hours and days to do if I actually put as much effort into this BTS video as I did for the short film. Of course, if you haven't seen the short film, there's 3 versions, a 3-minute version, a 5-minute version, and the extended edition, which is I think 11 minutes. So if you haven't seen any of those, go and watch them first. Then this will make a lot more sense. You'll also notice one thing before going into this mini-series that isn't in the mini-series but is right here, and that's this doohickey. I grew a director's beard out, I'm sorry, sue me. But without further ado, here is episode 1 to the Director's Journal to Footsteps. I hope you enjoy, hopefully it's not too long. I hope you enjoy seeing the process behind how I make these short films by myself, putting so many hours and seeing how much stress and how much anxiety I go through doing this. So again, I hope you enjoy and I'll see you on the other side. Hello! We are on day 1 of filming Footsteps, the full-blown short film. Not the previews, not drawing storyboards or anything. We're doing the full-blown short film today. First up, we're in my sister's room because she's got a long mirror. I'll show you the fit that I've got. It's very generic. It's very crumpled and not ironed out because I just got it out of the box that I threw it in when I filmed last. This is the fit, just this shirt, these pants. It's nothing too dark, so I won't blend in with the background, but it's also something not too bright, so I stand out like a sore thumb. Now today we're starting with the very first shot of the short film, which is in the lounge room with the camera pushing in on William sitting at the TV playing a game. But first I need to clean downstairs the lounge room so it looks like nobody lives there. It's got some furniture in it, but it's not a place that somebody's been for several years and they've got like a DVD collections and cables running everywhere. No, I need to make it look like nobody has lived here before because William is only just moving into this place. I'm gonna go downstairs and do that while I wait for some batteries to charge because, you know, I don't prepare for this stuff because I'm stupid. We're downstairs now. I set the scene up, clean the scene up. Sorry, my sister's home, so she's probably gonna talk while I'm talking. Here we go. We got the camera here on the slider. It's very bare around here and you could hardly see that the camera was moving, so I added some foreground elements here so you can actually see the movement. We've got this light down here shining up here to cast a light on me. I haven't tested to see if that actually lights me up or anything, but we'll see. Then we got the heater on the fireplace. Probably won't be in the shot, so it doesn't matter. It's more just there to heat me up because it's freezing right now. Then we got the curtain open over here, just a slither because that's going to be open in a different scene, so I want the continuity, sorry, but it also brings some more light into the scene because it's a bit dark at the moment. But then I just had the genius idea. See that mirror? In the camera, you can just see that mirror, so you can see what's standing here. I was thinking I could put the old lady there. It's the first shot of the film, so I don't want to throw her like in the corner of the room here. It's a bit too shoehorned in, so let's just put her in a place where hardly anybody is going to see her. It can just be the introduction to this movie to say, hey, she's going to be around here a lot, so you better be looking around. Nobody's going to see her though because I just went over there to test it. It's just a shadow pretty much, but I don't know, if you watch through the short film more than once, you might be able to spot her through like the second or third thing and be like, oh, that's the shadow of the lady. But I've also got the smoke machine down here. I'm not sure if it's going to do much, and I'm also not going to introduce a whole lot of smoke like I did in Come Downstairs, the second half of that is. I just want to do it just so that like this light bleeding through here, it gives some shape to that, and I'll just see what it does for the scene, and if it doesn't work, I'll take it out, we won't use it at all, but we'll just see what it looks like. Oh, look at that. So we'll see how that builds on the scene or takes away. It should dissipate around time. Hoping it doesn't dissipate too much, but like just leaves like a thin coat. Oh, that looks sick. Could you see it in the corner there? I'll see how much more I can add of that without making it look too stupid. Cool, I finished that shot. I added one more thing, the gameplay on the TV of the game that I'm playing, but it's actually just a YouTube clip of somebody playing. That fixes that problem of me not having to play while recording and having to set it up and all that. And the smoke didn't really work, I don't think. I mean, if there was a side-by-side comparison, I think there would be a difference, but I couldn't see a difference, so we're not gonna worry about it. Now we're gonna do the old lady's part of this scene. Old lady activated. Now I'm gonna go scare my sister or just walk out there and see my sister's reaction.
So bad.
Did it? I look pretty though.
You look at it and scream. Oh my gosh, at first I thought it was you, but then I didn't realise it wasn't because you were wearing a dress and I freaked out.
Does it look good?
Yeah, it doesn't even look like you. It looks like a weird, freaky old lady.
Good, that's what it's meant to look like.
That's so freaky.
Barry comes up behind him and smacks him clean in the back of the head into the yogurt, and his face is covered in yogurt.
Moving on to shot 3. We're not doing shot 2 yet because we're going to do that when my little sister's upstairs doing something, so I can capture my audio without her talking in the background. Next, we're going to move on to this shot, which I'm very scared about because in the previs it didn't look really good. It kind of left a gap between when William got up from his seat and walked. You don't see that connection. I might try what I did in the previs and then I'll try something else and I'll think of that something else while I'm doing the previs version. Wish me luck. I'm all set up for the third shot. I have gotten this hallway. I took down all the hats that are on here because a family of 6 apparently needs 3,000 hats. So I took all those off the hat rack so it looks bare. There's a picture behind it. I took that off. There's a picture right here, I took that off. I want to take this down, but I do not trust myself, so I'm leaving it there because, you know, the movies came in, they're like, hey dude, you want a hand putting this up before we go? And I was like, yeah, and that's what happened with William, I mean, not me. And then I grabbed these boxes out of the office, which I need to switch around because my character is like 28, he doesn't need school supplies. Not 28, more like 21 or 22 or something. More mate, probably 20, I'm 20. And I grabbed these boxes from over here. They have pineapples on them, which I don't like, but they're moving boxes, so oh well. Grab this from the office, grab these 2 things from the office. Oh no, this is where I put all the hats from the hat rack. I put all the crap from up here in here, and I cleaned the shelf, and I left this here. And when I walk back, I'm like, oh, that actually kind of doesn't look bad. Like, of course you'd leave the bottle there because you're like, oh crap, I need to go clean this thing, or oh, I need to go get this thing off the builders if you're moving. Builders? The packers, the movers. So you just leave random stuff everywhere. And then, of course, you go play a game because you're stressed out and you just want to relax and not have to unpack everything. So yeah, I feel like that's all right. And then the camera's down on the ground here. It's gonna go from here, looking up to here. Now, it's on f2, my camera, and looks way too bright. So I put it down to f4 and it looks perfect. The whole way there looked perfect. But then when you go over here, it's very, very dark. So I'm gonna leave it at f2 so that this look isn't baked in and so the darkness isn't baked in. It's easier to bring shadows in, but it's harder to get shadows back. So I'm just gonna leave it what it is, f2. This looks good in f2 or all right in f2. And then in editing, I'll see what I can do. That's the plan. I really wish though I had more boxes to put in the hallway. I mean, I could, but oh, Brayden, don't say you could. All right, I'm going to. I'm gonna find some more boxes. Oh, that is the worst thing you can say. I can, but I don't want to. No, go all in. That's what I'm gonna do. Except I'm not gonna go all the way in. No, stop saying that. All right, this is what we've got. Boxes in the hallway. There's not as many as I would like, but I should have gone to work and collected boxes over the weeks of preparing for this, but that's okay. It's not really, but you can tell somebody's moving in or out. Nobody has boxes in their hallways unless they're a hoarder or moving in and out of a place. It's fine, bro. It's not fun. Now it's time for acting time. Actually, no, there's one more thing I want to show you. So we got all this stuff in here. We've got the camera on the swivel head, which is gonna follow me, my character going up the stairs. But then up the top here, we got this little doohickey, a light, just to shine some more light onto the stairs so you can see what the hell is happening, rather than not what the hell is happening. Pew! Don't drop the camera, don't drop the camera, that's a long fall. There we go. It's not as bright as I want it, but it's what I've got. You gotta work with what you got. That was me yelling at my sister to be quiet. So I just did that scene 3 times. The first time, I don't know what happened, I can't remember. The second time, it was good, but then I realized that the stairs were out of focus, so it was focusing down the hall more than it was focusing on my character walking, so I fixed that. Looks a bit better. I don't like how the background is that out of focus though, but it will do, donkey. And I'm questioning how to connect the second shot to this shot, and I'm thinking, no, I was gonna do one where it was like this, and it was me walking out of the lounge room, the living room, whatever you Americans call it. But that's kind of jumping the line, and I don't want to do that. Actually, this is jumping the line. It's looking right instead of looking left. We'll do that shot maybe. I'll see how much I like it. Yeah, I just quickly set up a shot, and I hate saying quickly because I don't like not putting that much effort into a shot, but this shot kind of worked for itself. It's pretty much the camera is sitting here. I got my phone like casting onto the drawers. What's that called? A small boy? Short boy? And this just gives it a bit of light and can give it a bit of shadow. See, there's like shadow here, there's shadow here, and like a few shadows here and there. That's what that added. The camera is just pretty much looking down at that door while my character sits on the beanbag, and then he gets up and he puts his stuff away and then walks over here to connect it to the shot that I've got here. And then down the hall, we've just got my aperture pointing at the door behind these boxes, so it gives this shadow and this weird thing, whatever this is, and then it gives this shadow on the door as well. Just so it's not a blank sheet of light. So if I turn this off, there's not much there. Hey, there is shadows there. It boosts the shadows is what I'm trying to say, I think, is what it's doing. That's that shot. I just filmed it. Probably not going to use it because I don't really like it that much. It's an alright shot, but it's probably going to take up too much time. And I was thinking just before, there could just be a tiny bit of a gap between the second shot and the third shot, and it wouldn't really take that much out of the movement and the story and all that. Also, I opened this so that there was more depth into the scene. It goes deeper. We go deeper into the house. I made myself a little bit of a coffee because I'm a bit hungry and a bit on the tired side. Not really on the tired side. And then you can probably also hear in the background the oil cooking, heating up. The deep fry cooking a spring roll. While it's cooking, I'm going to set up shot number 2 because my sister's upstairs. She's probably going to come down the exact time I start recording, which is going to be annoying, but oh well. We'll set up scene 2. My spring roll should cook by then, and then I'll be able to eat it, then do scene 2 on a full belly and really, really happy with life. Maybe not that. Excuse the headset for the scene. Boop. We got the scene set up, but I don't love it, but there's nothing really I can do to fix it. I put the 50mm on, so the character's more the focus of the frame rather than the whole frame and the character walking through it or sitting in it. I've got this on behind it, which you can't see, but that's okay. Then I got this light here facing towards my character. It was behind, but then I'm using a very, very low ISO, 100 ISO, and you can't see any of the character. I put it in front to give William some light on his face so you can see him talking, and I've just got the script here in front of me because it's a one take with about 10 lines or something like that. I'm just gonna have it there so I can maybe read off of it while I'm playing the game. Oh, I need the mic. At the moment, I'm just debating if I can make this scene any better than it isn't. I just dropped the microphone. Should I have the old lady standing behind him? Like, there. I could. Nah, I won't. I could, I should, but I won't. No, I shouldn't. Oh, shut up, Brayden. This is the setup we got going here. I'm sitting here, I got the camera here. Now it's programmed to get from one side of the rail to the other in 60 seconds because I timed myself doing the script. I took 1:30. I don't like that. That is a whole chunk of time that we don't need taken up. So I might overlay it with the first shot we had, how it's pulling in. We might overlay the talking to each other. Me and my friend on the other side, who I've got yet to confront and say, hey, can you do this part for me? And then also I got light here, script here, which I probably won't look at because if I look at it, I'll just be drawn to it. I won't be looking anywhere else. And then we've got the LCD down here, which I shouldn't look at, but I'm probably going to look at. Let's get this bread. I just finished that one. I'm afraid I didn't leave enough room between each sentence for the person who's doing the audio of my friend to speak. We'll see how that goes. We might have to fix up some of the lines in post of what they say. I don't know. It only took like, 3 tries, to do all that, which is amazing because I didn't think I could recite that many lines and do it in that many tries. And there's a few hiccups in there where I'm like, oh, I've said that word wrong, but that kind of just brings more human to it. Because I see in movies, like, they get their lines spot on. There's no room in there that they have error and they stumble over their words that isn't in the script. Like, you don't have many people saying like, oh, I went to the went to the store. Sorry, I messed up there. And then they keep on going with that line. Movies need more of that in it to make them more, bring them more to life, bring them more closer to real life, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of just covering up that I can't act properly, but Mia is swinging on the swing and she's about to hit the freaking wall. I think she just did before. Now I'm gonna go into the edit and quickly check over the shots that I got and see if there's anything else I need to do for this shot that I just did. If I need to redo it or if I don't like it in certain areas. I mean, there's a lot about it I don't like, but what can you do? Not much if you don't have much to work with.
The funniest thing.
What the hell? It's amazing. Send me the link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to the toilet one as well.
What are you eating now?
Pineapple lumps. It's the only thing I can find in these freaking boxes I've got everywhere.
Oh, how's the new house? Missing mummy and daddy yet?
Yes, I cry myself every night to sleep since I've got here.
Oh, poor baby.
No, like, dude, it's great. Other than like all the old house noises, like the creaks and that, and like the smells, it's not too bad. I'm happy with it.
Hell yes, dude. Once you find the hidden dead corpse from the previous owner.
Team 127, blue building. They just took a shot at me. Top left window, I think.
Okay, I see them. Ah, damn it. I'm down. Can you get me?
I'm a bit busy. I got a shot at one, and I'm like, oh, come on! How do they shoot both of us with one shot?
It's that new sniper they added. It's so OP.
No, they're what, 100 meters away? You can't. You honestly can't.
Alright. We'll both get one the next round and I'll show you.
Oh, man, I probably should go to bed. I've got work in the morning and...
Nah, it's all
Yeah.
good, bro. I should probably head as well. Free to play tomorrow night?
Hell yeah, bro.
Alright, sweet. Let's talk tomorrow, brother.
Sweet, yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow night.
See you, man.
Good night.
Night.
Oh, it's Grandma.
Final shot for today. I'm a man. Final shot for today. We got the camera on the stairs pointing down. My character's gonna be here. The demon lady's gonna be back there. Oh no, oh my gosh. And it doesn't look as good as I want it to look, but then again, I am rushing because my family's on their way home, so there's that. So the scene is done. I did my part, then I dressed up as grandma and stood here. There wasn't enough light on me, so I got my little sister to hold my phone light just in this cupboard here pointed at me. Hopefully that will give enough fill on the face, because you can see the dress because it's white and it's reflecting like the light in here, but you couldn't really see the face or the dark hair. So in the editing, I'll see if that works. I do have the 2 shots without the phone light and with the phone light, so that's some things I can work with. Where did I leave my phone? That's a pretty good day. How many shots was that today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots. Got a long way to go, but we'll get there. I swear we'll get there. 1 shot at a time. Hello! We are on day number 2 of shooting. It's been quite a while since the last day that we shot. About 3 or 4 days to be exact. But we've got the house to ourselves today. No sisters, no mothers, no parents. We're just gonna jump right into it. But first I gotta clean up because there's shoes over here. And I also need to put all those boxes back because I forgot that I need the boxes for one of these sweeping shots for this next shot we're doing actually. Then I need to clean up the back of the couch and just all this crap. I'm gonna do that while pumping some tunes and I'll see you once I've got the next shot set up, or until I have a conflicting moment that I need to get out on camera. Alrighty, okay, I think I've got the scene to where I want it. I did so much cleaning and so much hiding of stuff. It took so long. I had to redo the hall, but then I had to grab all the boxes from like out there and in the office and all over the place, and I had to recreate what I created when I first did it, and I had the reference here. And I'm like, oh yeah, what box is that? Does that box go there? And it's very annoying. And then I took down all the pictures like last time. There was a picture there, and there was also a picture here which I forgot to take down last time, but I don't think you could see it, so that's good. And then I tidied the cupboard up a bit. There was just bags all over the floor, so I tidied that up, and it actually looks a lot better without the bags down there now. I thought I had to tidy it up a lot more. Took all the crap off here, and put it into this box, and took all the crap off here and just, yeah, chucked it all in there. So it was a bit tidier. Closed these so you don't see the actual daylight, it's more like moonlight. Then I took down the picture up here and the chart, the times table chart for my little sisters, and then I put the chairs pairs up, and it doesn't look too bad. I put the 50mm on, but the 50mm was too tight, so I took that off and put the, what are you? You're 14mm? 12mm, jeez. And this is the frame we've got. I really don't like how bright that is, but you can't really do anything to fix that. Might have to fix it in post, so we'll see how that goes, but that's the frame. Starts here, and then twists over here, so it's facing like that. My character was really dark when I'd walk over here. Actually, he was dark throughout the whole thing, so I put this light here to amplify the light that's outside, so hopefully that does something. I think that's all. I think I just need to act the scene out now. But I'm gonna make a coffee first because I'm not in the mood to be filming and I'm a bit lazy feeling, so I'm gonna make a coffee because apparently that worked in the previs when I felt really lazy and unmotivated. I made a coffee and I'm like, whoa, let's go. Can you tell I'm in a better mood since I've had coffee? I didn't even know if coffee could do that to me, but it did. You could see the change in my attitude. So I'm gonna do that, see if that works, and then we'll do the scene. Oh, one more thing. I really wanted the camera to be much lower, so I got all this in, but I can't because this leg here, I stretch that out as much as I can to get it much lower, but it's still not as low as I'd want it. So I just put this blanket and this pillow here just to give the foreground a bit more texture and then add that depth as well. Oh, and this picture of me as a child was up here, so I took that down as well. I'm not sure if that was in the other frame of the other shot. Coffee procured. Now it's time to do the scene. Shot, not scene. Scene is a whole thing. Shot is just one thing. You get what I mean. We finished that shot. It's not what I wanted because I couldn't figure out how to pause the head so that once I press the button, it takes a few seconds for it to activate. There's probably a way to do it. I don't know how to do it, but I wanted to do that because I wanted my character to be like, oh, okay, maybe look back into the lounge room, be like, maybe that's where my phone is, and that's where it goes. But no, I've got to put my phone on the, is it still up here? Yeah, it is. I put my phone on the step so you can't see it in camera, and I press it. Then I quickly go to my position and turn around and do the scene, rather than pausing here for a second, looking back and be like, my phone's probably down there, and it goes. It's a bit annoying, but that's okay. That's okay. We got it anyways. Now, the shot we're doing is going to be outside, which is the one I am most skeptical about because it's daytime and this film is nighttime. So I'm going to try and figure a way out how to make it look nighttime outside. Yeah, that's the trouble I'm running into at the moment. It's really, really sunny out there, and you can see the camera through the glass there, just peering in like a little pervert. So what we're going to do is go hang this black sheet out, but I need to set up like a rig with non-rigging stuff. So you're going to watch me do that. And apologies, it might be a bit windy outside, so the audio might be a bit crap. So yeah, apologies in advance. We're outside. This black sheet won't do too much, but it will do something, I hope. I'm gonna set you down here, and I'm gonna set some ladders up and put the black sheet on. That's our setup. Is it gonna work? Probably not. Oh my gosh, it actually works. Come in here with me. Oh no, that side fell down. Oh, it works when it stays up. I feel like one of those old photographers though that have to go underneath the sheet. Stay there for a second. What did I do? Don't know. It was totally working though. Okay, I double knotted it and also tied it down here. Oh, I can hardly fit under now. Dude, look at that. It's still very bright, but it could just be moonlight. Nice, bro. Just realized the camera isn't where I want it to be. Damn it. You can see me down there, can't you? Yeah, kind of. I'm gonna try the 50mm. Just cause that might eliminate some of the focus off of the curtains and how blown out they are. I mean, they're not blown out, but I would like them to be less light. Actually, that's not the reason I want the 50mm now. The reason I want the 50mm is because it looks like somebody's looking in. Oh yeah, bro. Move the camera over here, like that. Now it is only looking at curtain, so we're gonna go inside and fix that. Very close and personal in here, isn't it? But this is very blown out, jeez. This is the setup we got. Very weird, but it works, kind of. I've moved the curtains around, so they're like more... What the f was that? No. Oh, it's me in the corner of the frame. Holy crap, that scared me. I thought there was someone behind me. Yeah, I look back on the footage, it's just very stupid. As you can see, these curtains are on the side. Maybe this one can be a bit more over, something like that. I'm gonna go outside, adjust the camera because it's on a little bit of an angle, and I can see that the camera's on a little bit of an angle. We'll put this tripod here, light stand, not tripod, sorry, just so we can set the focus. About here. Look at my new slides. Got them for $15 from Big W. Is there anything in my scene I need to adjust? Nah, it all looks alright. How tall am I? I'll set this to how tall I am so that I can tell. Sound. So I can tell how much room I have in my frame to move around and all that. Cool balloons. Cool balloons? What the hell? Thinking about it now, you can't really see, but there's a cupboard back there really out of focus. I could put the old lady in there. Interesting. And also looking at the frame, it looks like it's going to be cutting a lot of the action my character's going to be doing out, so I might chuck the 14, 12? What? 12 was it? 12 mil on. But we'll see with this one. Start recording now. We finished the scene, now I need to go outside and dress to turn the camera off. Wish me luck, hopefully the neighbor doesn't see me. BRB, just go check the shop. I don't know how you women do it in these dresses. I feel like my ass is showing every time. So I think we've got the shot, got the solid state drive, so I can go check on the computer quickly. But I'm leaving the camera out there with the setup because it looks weird. Just in case I don't like it and we'll have to redo it again. But I think it's alright. I don't really mind it. From what I could see on the camera anyways. I bet you though, it's gonna be out of focus. That's my bet. And I'm gonna say, oh, does it really need to be in focus? And they'll be like, oh, you've got to do it, you imbecile. I've got to turn the recorder off the microphone. Oopsies. I'll also tape that in as well so I don't have like a whole bunch of audio files I need to go through. I forgot it was still on the dress. I've edited it together and it looks alright. You can see this because I haven't animated the mask and I don't want to yet. But I like this shot. This shot's good. And you can hardly see her in the background if I darken it. So I'm not sure if I want her in the background. We'll see when I actually do the final edit. I'll keep her there just to have her there, just to have the option. Because in the next shot we're gonna do, it's gonna be a reaction shot. And she's not gonna be there, I don't think. We'll see, we'll see. It's there, that's good. Yeah, okay, cool. We're gonna move on to the next shot. We're gonna pack that up. But first, I'm going to check if the next shot, if we need something to lead into the next shot. So from that shot, if I need to act something out to lead into the next shot. I don't know why I left the room because I need to look at the previous. I'm still in the dress. It keeps on getting me. See, the next shot is this. Shouldn't have to act anything out in that last shot because I'm just moving stuff around looking for something and then it cuts to the next shot of me doing the exact same thing. So I just need to match that movement kind of. The only thing that is bothering me is that being a 50mm shot. But I think it works out because it does look like something peering in. I'm going back outside just to see what this looks like on a 12mm. Yeah, nah, that's really gross. That's really, really gross. It's not as like up close and personal with my character. It also doesn't give you that claustrophobic feel, which I'm not really going for, but kind of works. And also that peering in, like 200mm spying on somebody look. So yeah, I'm happy I went with that. So now it's time to take all this down. But it's freezing out here, so that's gonna be a task. Surprised this all stayed up for this long. Yeah, I'm most definitely washing that. Need a burrito. Taking you inside, buddy. I forgot to mention that I've got till 3 to record what I need to record today. So we got 40 minutes to record the next scene. So we're gonna do the over the shoulder shot, which isn't really an over the shoulder shot. We're gonna try on the 50mm, then the 12mm. I still can't remember what it is. We'll see which one's best. I want to go with the 50mm just because it's sort of like a barrel compared to the 12mm. So I kind of want to barrel and do like a little bit of tunnel vision towards the stairs because that's where the noise is going to come. That's going to tell William to turn around or tell William. But it might be too barrel vision to see William standing next to it. So we'll do that. And then I want to redo the shot where the camera's on the ground swiveling and following William to the staircase. So we'll try and fit that in. Let's go. We've got the shot set up, but there's a tiny bit of a problem. If we lower the ISO, you can't see anything except some highlights on like the character's shoulders and some bounce off of the walls on the floor. So we need to raise it, but I don't really want to raise the ISO because, you know, that makes grain. If I put it to 125, which activates the dual ISO, it's very bright. So then you run into the problem of it being too bright. I'm thinking of putting the f-stop down to, or up, whatever you want to call it, to 3, and that's way better. That makes it look a lot darker. But then I'm wondering if I should bake that in to the footage or if I should leave it at 1250 ISO, leave the aperture down at 1.7 and have that light so I have a lot of room to play in the editing room. What I'm thinking of doing is just doing two versions, one with the ISO at 1250 and the f-stop at 1.7, and then do another version where the f-stop's at 3 and the ISO is at 1250. That's the only options I'm seeing, because I don't want to have to film it, then go into the editing room and start color grading and all that. That takes too much time, so we're going to just do 2 passes. And this is the setup we got. We got the camera pretty much as high as it can go so that it looks down at the stairs, so that when it's looking down you can kind of see William's face as well as his shoulders. When this part wasn't raised all the way up, you can only see his shoulders, and he's not doing much movement other than throwing the beanbag back to its place. So if I have the face in there, you can see his head going around and looking for the phone. We're just gonna trial it. We're gonna have to trial it, baby. I did 8 or so shots with that, so 4 of each, I think, because I didn't like how much of my face was in the frame sometimes, and other times there wasn't enough, or I was in the way or something. So I think I'm done that one, hopefully. I mean, 8 different tries where there weren't failures, they're more just like I didn't like where I was standing in that shot is great. We got 20 minutes left of filming, so we're going to do that shot where the camera's on the floor revolving, and we'll see how quickly we can get that one out. Because the last one that we did of that, the cupboard wasn't open, and then we did a shot after that where the cupboard was open. It's not a cupboard, it's like a wardrobe. Storage space, where the storage space was open, and I want that continuity even though I probably won't use that shot. It's just good to have different shots to switch between where the continuity is great. I've set up the camera on the floor, there's not much setting up to do. It's more just programming the head to turn to a certain position, and we got it looking down the hallway down here with like a slightly slanted up, because when it comes to looking at the stairs, I kind of want it to look up the stairs to see William going up the stairs. And what I didn't realize when filming the other version of this on day one, is that you can see me walking holding my phone, because I have to press start for the head to start moving. So I'm gonna have to press start and throw my phone onto the couch so that I've got nothing in my hands. You haven't seen me shoot any scenes yet, or act scenes. So I'll place you there and you can watch me acting, if you can call it that. Let's just practice. It's this step that I go to. Cool. Oh, what's the focus like on this actually? Where is that looking? That looks very out of focus. Where do I want the focus to be? Focus is set. Rolling. Let me quickly put this on the ground so I can capture sound. Even though it's probably just going to hear the whirring of the head. Let's go. Sick, bruh. Let's look at that together as friends. Oh, it just died. Let me go get another battery. I should have taken this battery and plugged it in. What an idiot I am. Alright, the camera was too fast in that instant, so we're gonna try that again. Need my phone to reset it. Sound, video, action. Let's see how that looked. I was still too slow. What the hell, bro? Positions, everybody. Is that, yes, it's recording. Let's see if that was good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put an ease in and ease out. So that's 7 seconds, and without it, it's 5 seconds. Okay, cool. That should be rad-tastical. Recording, sound on. Let's see if that worked. I think it was still too fast for me. Ah, why am I so slow today? Recording, position 1. I think that was it. I felt that real well. Oh, boomtastic, we got it. Don't ask me what boomtastic means, because I don't know either. 6, so that's the wrap for today. What's the time on the wolf, Mr. Clock? What's the time on the clock, Mr. Wolf? No, what's the time on the wolf? Oh, 3 minutes to 3. So now I've got an hour to get something to eat, to have lunch, even though it's 3 o'clock. It's kind of like a half lunch, half dinner. And then I'm gonna try and pack up as best I can, and also sit down for like 10, 15 minutes just so I can have a tiny rest before I have my 5-hour shift where I have to stand up for like 2.5 hours at a time. Cool, thanks for joining me, I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, it is day 3. 3 of production. There's nothing else to say. Yesterday we finished off by shooting you saw it. It was just like 5 seconds ago from you. I don't know why I'm explaining it. So today we're gonna start by filming the shot where my character, where's my finger, is standing there, and then the camera moves through the bars like this. But on the previous day, I figured out that I could do it through these bars. No. The reason you can't do that, see, I'm thinking through it now again, is because William's looking at the stairs here. So putting the camera here is going to be a bit weird because he's going to be looking at the stairs while the camera's here and he's looking there. But if you put the camera back here, he's looking at the stairs already. So it's kind of like he's looking towards the camera. So it kind of makes us feel like we're in the moment. But also the camera is the thing that's making the noise kind of. And like the ghost lady's peering through here. Sort of. That's the theory I'm going for. It doesn't make much sense. But nothing usually makes sense in my head. So we're just going to do it. I'm going to set up the shot first and then set the dress. I'm going to set up the shot, then dress the set to whatever parameters I need, whatever the camera can see that I don't want it seeing. So I'm going to do that right now. I've been trying to set this shot up for half an hour, but we got it. So the camera on the slider, but I've encountered this problem with the slider. It keeps on jittering for some freaking reason. Do you know what the reason for that is, Skates? Where is she? Oh, there she is. It hasn't done it in the last clips though, so I think we're okay with it. But anyways, it's perched up on this, and then we got this light up here, which I'll turn on, which casts a little bit of light onto these. Not as much as I'd want, but it gives it like a little shine on it, so you can tell what it is, kind of. Then we got this light, which isn't gonna be here because this is where I was standing. This was just a focus thingo, to focus on where my character's standing. But that goes over there, so it gives me a bit of light because working on 1.7 aperture with the lowest ISO of 100, and I don't want to go above that because I hate grain, so it's very dark, so that light helps to light me up a bit. Then we've also got the LCD screen leading all the way up to the slider, which is a bit sketchy, but oh well. I can't really see what's on the screen because I don't have my glasses on, but it gives me a kind of an idea. But we're gonna do this scene, and yeah. And also in the previous, this shot had the 12mm on, but I put the 50mm on, just like I said, because it looks like somebody's peering through. And also it doesn't include like a whole lot of crap in the background, and also the bokeh's really nice because it's a 50mm. I just realized that this lens isn't actually a 12mm, it's a 24mm because it's on a micro four thirds sensor. Because I just looked at this, I'm like, wait, that's a 25mm lens? And I'm like, oh no, it's 50 because it gives a 2x crop. Fancy that. I wonder what a 12mm will be though, because that's really wide. Only thing left to do is do the scene. Turn that light on. It's very fidgety though. Is that the brightest? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Cool. Okay, that was a good take, but it was going a bit too fast, I think, which is weird to say about the slider because I'm always complaining how slow it is. I might put it to 50% speed. It wasn't even at 50%, it was at 70%. Wow. Okay, let's try 50. See how slow that goes. There we go, that's the speed I want. That's a good speed. Maybe it's because it's on the 50mm that it looks like it's going way faster. Because it doesn't give too much time between the railing to see my reaction and see my face. But then when a railing does come when it's going slow, it's gonna block my face, but that's alright. Alrighty, that was a lot better. But I realized that my acting is a bit too over the top. Because in the last clip, when I looked back, I went like, I'm like, oh, what was that? We'll look like a casual, like, oh, what was that? So we'll try that. Awesome sauce. I think we got it. I think it's good. I think it's juicy. I think it's tender. I'm really hungry and I want a coffee, so I'm gonna go make a coffee now. We're back and I got my cup of dirty bean water. Is my hair being weird without telling me? Set up the next scene, but I've got a little bit of a dilemma, and that's I feel like I've been saying that for every shot. I think I've got this one. I don't need your help, guys, on this one, but I'm gonna tell it to you anyways. We got the camera here, pointed at the phone, of course, propped up with a piece of blue tack. Pretty sure I used that billions of times in my short film Come Downstairs. It pretty much just props the phone up so you can see the phone rather than just being flush with the surface, because phones aren't big and chunky anymore like they used to be. Here's another dilemma. My character's standing here and he's looking there for like 30 seconds looking for his phone, and it's right here and he can't see that, so I've placed this book here just so it looks like it's in the way or something. So it's like he's not looking at it and just dismissing it. He can't actually find it because it's behind something. And I went upstairs and grabbed this book because I got it because it looks really cool. It's called Chilling Horror Short Stories, which is pretty much what I do in my short films, is have short, chilling horror stories. I could put that there just for like, I don't know, an Easter egg or something. I haven't actually read the book. I just thought it looked cool and it was like 10 bucks or something, marked down from like 30. So I bought it and it just sits on my shelf. So So now I'm gonna put it to some good use. But anyways, that's not the dilemma. The dilemma is that I'm not sure if I should use the 12mm or the 25mm or the 50 and 24mm. But I'm leaning towards the 12mm because I tried the 50mm first. I really liked it, but the only problem is when my character's standing here, you can only see from about here down, which is okay, but I kind of want to see his reaction as much as I can. He's blurred in the background, but when he turns around, I want to see that he actually turns around and sees the phone there. With the 50mm, you can't really see that, but with the 12mm, you can. But with the 12mm, it's so wide, and I hate wide because it's just not cinematic for me. It doesn't feel cinematic for me. I think this will be okay. We'll try both. I'm leaning towards the 12mm just because you can see the whole character, but then I love the look of the 50mm. I'm a sucker for 50mm. Also, I've got the microphone here. That was there from when I did this shot just before, capturing some audio. So we have some more clean audio because you can hear the motors on the slider, and also you can hear the camera buzzing because it's a big camera, so it needs a fan in it. And I've also got this light here pointing towards my character just to cast some light because he's completely in shadow. And then I got the LCD screen here connected to the camera. I have to be careful not to step on that every time I walk past it. So that's the setup, bro. One more thing, I can't actually run over to turn my phone on so that it looks like it lights up when a call is incoming because I'm standing here, I'm in the middle of an action and I can't exactly press it, run over here, get in the action stance and then look over. So I've got our home phone. I'm just gonna dial my number, and I timed how long it takes for this call to reach my phone, and it's about 5 or 10 seconds. So that's tons of time just for me to punch in the number, throw it on the couch, get into my stance, and then I should be able to hear the phone. So I should be able to look over and see that the phone is turning on, except it vibrates before it turns the phone on. So we're gonna have to trial that, but that's what we're gonna do. Genius DIY filmmaking when you only have one person on set. Also, I just added the light that was here that was shining on the stairs before on the railings. I've added it here just to give a tiny bit of light, and it also reflects off the book, which is cool. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. We got it, boys. I think. Let me have a look. I look pretty good in that shot. Wait for the phone to ring. Hey, good reaction. Yes. Okay, cool. We got it. We got it, boys. Move out. Oh no, we've got the scene where he stands up into the frame next to the window and he sees a lady outside the window, but it's daytime outside the window. How's this gonna work? You won't be able to see because it's blown out, but you can see outside, kind of. And then once the old lady stands there, you will be able to see that it's daytime. So what I'm thinking, am I in focus? Can you? Yeah, thank you. Maybe I can get the C-stand out and lie that black cloth along it, and that might work, I think. We can trial it. I should have done it in the previs, but in the previs, I didn't know I was going to be filming during the day, so I've had a genius idea that might be so stupid that it actually works. If I put the iris down, it passes at being, oh, you can kind of see it, it passes at being a night shot, kind of. But then when I take the shutter, no, it's not a shutter, can I take the shutter? When I take the shutter down, it can get really, really dark, and it actually does look like nighttime. 30 degrees on the shutter angle, then that makes it dark enough. But then all you nerds out there are saying, don't put your shutter speed down, you idiot! It's not for the character that's moving a lot in the scene. It's for the character that's standing there and swaying back and forth and only making small increments of movement. So it won't matter at all. And if anything, that makes the image not as smooth. So it's kind of jittery. So it could work in my favor. So we're gonna do that. But I'm not sure if I should put that black sheet up. We'll leave it at this for now, and then I'll run outside. I'll stand there without the old lady costume and we'll see what it looks like. Good idea. Good news. I did a test and the subject in that scene is actually too dark. But that's bad news because then I have to bridle up and then the background's gonna look like it's daytime. So maybe we should put the black cloth up, but then have the aperture down. All right, I'm gonna try it at 180 shutter speed, RS22. We'll see what happens there. That kind of works. I'm gonna film a previs, actually. I'm not gonna film the actual shot because I don't want to put all my acting into that, and it turns out amazing, like Oscar worthy. Then I have to scrap it because it's not the actual scene. So I'm gonna trial it. I got that shot, I can just get the other shot now, and I can see if I can stitch them together in the editing if it looks normal. I've sat here for about 10 minutes trying to edit this, trying to make it look half decent, and this is as best I can do. That doesn't look too bad on camera, but because it's such a low aperture, it makes everything else around it pitch black, except for outside because it's exposing for outside. So you can't really blend the two real well. So we're gonna have to try the black blanket trick and see if that gets us some better results. But nah, I don't think I can work with that at the moment. Not unless I pull the aperture from the other clip down as well. But I don't reckon I'll be able to do that without giving enough light to the scene. Sorry if the audio is bad, if I got some wind and I got the pool pump working in the background. But these are the tools that we got to use. 2 A-clamps, this one from a light that I bought for Come Downstairs. And I use this one on the LCD screen on the bottom to clamp it to things so I can see what's happening in the scene without having to look around at the camera. Then also got this C-stand, even though it's not really a C-stand. And there's a plane flying over. Then I got the black blanket that we used yesterday. So I'm gonna try and get this as high as I can and then just put the blanket over top of it, and we'll see how that works. We're going to need a sandbag. I didn't think we would, but apparently cloth is heavy. I'll be right back. Here's the setup we got going. Not sure if it works the way I wanted, but it's a good start. I might move it close to the window. That could actually work. We're gonna go inside and see what it looks like. Hopefully this thing doesn't blow over. It is a tiny bit windy. Nah. Thing is, it's not tall enough, so I need to make it taller, but even if I do make it taller, it's still really bright. It legit just looks like there's a sheet outside, which is what I don't want it to look like. Next plan of action is close the window and hope the audience doesn't know that it's a continuity error, or film it at night, and that way we have a lot of manipulation of the light. I think that's just the option we're gonna have to go with. I'm gonna act out the scene today. No, we're not gonna waste the time on that, are we? No, we're not, because there's no continuity issues at the end of the clip that we need to worry about. That starts at the first clip of the clip after that clip, that shot. You get what I mean? I'm gonna go tear that down, then we're gonna skip this shot, film it tonight, see if it works. If it doesn't work tonight, then we'll film it tomorrow and I'll have a think about what to do with it. Just pulled out the storyboard to check what I've done and what we need to do. It has suddenly made me extremely depressed because we've only done 8 shots. No, 7 shots in 3 days. So, no, we have done 8 today, sorry, because we did the phone shot, which I didn't storyboard because I had a different idea in my head of how to do this. So we've done 8 shots. So the next one we're gonna do is this one because we're skipping this one. So we're gonna do this one, which is pretty much just like this. Actually, it is. Instead of having such a low eye level, it's gonna be looking directly up the stairs. Yeah, it's gonna be an easy shot to set up. And then we migrate to the bedroom, which is gonna be another shot that is gonna take forever because I'll explain it when we're up there. I'll explain what happened and all that. Oh, that's a mystery for you to look forward to. But let's just get shot number, it'd be 10 out of the way. Now that I've purchased this flex tilt head thing, I really like it. I'm kind of wanting to use it on the tripod, which I can't really do because I got this big ass thread on the bottom, which is too big to thread onto the actual tripod. So I might have to try and get an adapter. Do I have an adapter? No, I don't have an adapter for that. But I really like it, so it's a good buy. And at the moment, I'm about to use it because I don't have any tripods that sit low enough to the ground. I'm just gonna put the camera on this because you can just tilt it different directions. So you can tilt it up, and then if of course you want to rotate it, you can just rotate the whole thing. But it's got that good tilt thing, so I don't have to stuck up books like I did with other short films. I think I did it with Come Downstairs and everything. How you use books and things under the lens to like push it up. So I won't have to use it like that, which is good. I can just use this. So it's an alright buy, I guess. Not for $200, but the shot is set up. We've got the camera on the floor pointed directly up, just like we have done before. And then we got the microphone beside it just to pick up some external audio. And then I've opened the cupboard, wardrobe, whatever it's called, and I've taken my little baby picture off of the wall from up there because, you know, you're moving into a home, and also why would a 22-year-old, 25-year-old have a picture of himself? So yeah, we did that. And then we also, if you can see up there, have that light up there. It was on, but I've turned it off. And then we also have that light up there turned on just to give extra boost because we need as much light as we can get. So that scene's done. I've got something cooking for lunch because I'm hungry and I feel like I'm hangry, so I'm cooking something up. Now we're gonna move upstairs into my room, start setting up while that's cooking, and hopefully by the time I finish setting up, this will be all good and all yummy and ready to go. No, I'm doing great, thanks. No, I just finished gaming with a friend, so I guess I can spare you a few minutes. Yeah, out of my very strict schedule. Only once though, only this once, yeah. Look what I got from work yesterday. More boxes! boxes. 1, 2, 3. So now I can litter the hallways with my moving boxes. We're upstairs. I brought everything up here. I'm very out of breath. And we're going to start setting up the next scene, which I'll tell you the story of. I already did. But it took me 2 to 3 hours to film not this shot, but the next shot where William's standing here and the camera's on a slider and it reveals the doorway with a light switch and the woman turns the light off. It was very, very difficult to do. And even after 2, 3 hours, it still didn't look good. So I'm very scared. Hello, good friend. It is currently late at night. I am tired. I didn't think I'd be tired, which sucks because tired leads to less creativity. Where's my phone? It's 10 o'clock. I'm usually energetic at 10 o'clock, but I'm not because I did a lot today. This is the fit that I've chosen for my character. We got this shirt that I only just bought. Then we got these skinny jeans and we got these socks. That's all. And I'll show you the hairstyle that I'm doing. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to go with it because it looks very main character, very put on, so we'll see. Here's the first setup. So we're not starting from the start as much as I'd like to. My brother's home, he's cooking downstairs, so I'm not going to start from the start. I'm going to do all the upstairs stuff because I want to do that while family's away so that when the family's here, I can do all the downstairs stuff while they're up here sleeping. And also I'll be screaming upstairs, so I don't want to do that while they're here. So that's the plan of action. Here's the first shot. It's very convoluted. We got the flex head here, we got the Edelkrone slider, and we got the camera on. And I just did a test, and yes, it does work actually. Look at that. It actually goes up. I thought the payload would be way too much, but it's not apparently, so we're gonna go with that. So I finally got the scene shot up how I liked it, set up how I liked it. So I've got, first off, it starts out with looking at the bedroom, and then it slowly goes up and reveals like this, and then my character, William, is digging in the box. I'm a bit upset about the lighting because I hate just using these lights and nothing else, but there's nothing really I can do to make it dynamic, because it'll just end up looking not like there's a light in the room, a light on, or something like that. So yeah, that's our first shot. I'm gonna do that. Okay, now I've just added the microphone, which I nearly forgot. Put the microphone there just so we can catch some audio that I can maybe use in the post-production. We'll see, it's just good to have that there. Just finished that shot. That took 4 more tries than I thought I would, because each time there was like tiny little things that was bugging me. Like there was headphones on the wall over here that I had to take down because, you know, he's moving into the house. Not everything's out of their boxes. So next scene we're doing is the one where it's him and it slowly moves, and then you can see the demon woman reach in and turn the light off. So I need to get kind of into the costume for that as well. Alright, here comes the moment. I need to try and get the hairstyle. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Get it more wet. Probably should have done this hair while I was filming that first shot, just so it dried before the shot, because it's not going to be dry in other shots, so it's going to look very weird. Okay, so we're going to do this. But before I start tying, let's see if I can get a strand of hair. That's good, that's a good strand. I don't like that top bit. I don't know. No, that looks weird. I do like it, but it's just that top bit. Let me go look in another mirror. Go look at my sister's room. See, my mother's not here to tell me how stupid it looks. Let me go look at the camera. No. Nah, I kind of look like Gollum, not gonna lie. How about Jesus? Should I be Jesus? Dude, no, I'm just gonna go with what I know, and that's to tie it all back. I can't do anything different than that. The haircut's enough, isn't it? The haircuts are different. Is enough of a difference. Need more wider. I will say though, if it wasn't for that little tuft at the top of my head that looked really weird because all my hair slicked back, and why would a single strand of hair just be like doing that? It would look cool. I reckon it'd look cool as a photo, just like droop down. Yeah, see, that's alright. That's alright. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I don't need anything different than that. I gotta show you something, and it's freaking disgusting. Look at my shelf. That is filthy. Dust is such an unmotivating thing because you clean it one week and the next week it looks just as bad as it did when you first cleaned it. Look at all this crap that I pulled off the shelf. Packing sucks, even when you're doing it for like a short film. Not really packing, it's kind of packing to unpack. But still, bro. Cleaning as well. You know, COVID is good for one thing. you've always got a mask lying around. So if you're ever dusting, you can put a mask on so your hay fever doesn't act up. Even though I don't even know if I've got hay fever. My nostrils act up whenever I inhale dust. I think that's normal actually. Yeah, I don't think that's just me. Oh, is that satisfying or what? Ew! We got the next shot set up. So we got the camera on the slider looking at the door. It's gonna have me, my character William here. Then it's gonna move to put William in the side while the old lady reaches and presses the light switch and slams the door. And I've got this light here with just like the tiniest bit. What is it on? It's on 7% brightness out of 100. So it's just a little bit of a kick of a light just to give me something here, because in the camera it looks very dark on my face and I want to light me up a bit. Maybe I'll add a tiny bit more. There we go. And then I'm just going to be talking while I'm packing this box, and I've got the microphone sat up here, which will be taking that audio, and we'll see how it all goes. Yeah, let's do it. I want to actually die. I've been trying to do this shot for 2 hours, and I've kind of got it, but it still looks crap, and I'm probably gonna want to redo it later. But it's 1 AM and I got work at 11. And I still got this crap to clean up, so I'm stopping. Oh my god, my creativity is just poof out the window, and it's just me, my aggressiveness, trying to get this shot done so I don't have to pull everything off the shelf again. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm so angry and furious. Thinking just to make it easier on myself, I'm not gonna put it on a slider. I feel like that's the best course of action here. And I was originally going to use that shot, well the 2 shots that I did film, but they were filmed at night time. And I forgot to tell you guys at the start of this video that we're on day 3 at the moment, but it's really day 4 because I did start filming this short film a couple weeks ago. And I was gonna try and get it all out in 2-3 nights because my family was away at the sunny coast for my sister's little OzTag sport thing. And I was gonna try and get the scenes upstairs where I'm screaming and shouting in those 3 days, but it was cut short because COVID came around the corner and said, hey, everyone go home. They came home a day early, and the night beforehand where I was planning to film like a load of shots, I only got 2 done because I was busy doing that second shot, which took 2 to 3 hours. So that's why I'm doing this all in the daytime. If I had a choice, I'd do it all at night, but I can't because majority of this film takes place upstairs. But the problem is, at nighttime, all my family sleeps upstairs, so I can't be up here screaming and shouting because I'll wake them up. And also I don't want to be filming up here while they're sleeping because I'm gonna have to be really silent. So it's just a whole lot of problems I didn't want to do, so I'm filming it at daytime against my will, kind of. And while in the editing and all that, and while looking through the camera, I can see that it doesn't look the way that I wanted. It doesn't look like nighttime. So I'm very scared about this film, scared about the color grading side of it, where I probably won't be able to make it look like it's nighttime because of it's daytime. So that's the problem I've ran into, but I'm just pushing through it. This short film's proving to be harder than Come Downstairs, which is okay. It builds me up. It helps me solve problems, and even if it's not the best short film at the end of the day, I've done it and I've had experience from it, and I've had experience using these sliders and how to use these sliders as a 1-person band. Sorry, that was a very big spiel, but point is, we're pretty much on day 4, but I'm not counting that last day. As much as I want to put it into the short film, I probably won't because my hair was a lot shorter back then, and also I'm not sure if the lighting will match, so I'm just gonna redo it and hope that I can do this second shot that I'm about to do later a lot quicker than I have at previous times. I'm gonna try and set this shot up. Actually, my food's probably ready after that big spiel. Yeah, it's about ready. Awesome, so I'm gonna have something to eat, then I'll meet you guys back here. Yo, I'm up here in my crib, bruh! It's 3:10. We got 50 minutes to get the shots out that I want, and that's the gist. I just had lunch. I just watched an episode of Film Riot to hype me up, to get me in the mood, and I'm still not in the mood. But I'm close to it. I got a full belly, so that's good enough for me. We're not actually gonna do the first shot. We're gonna do the second shot and then do the first shot because the second shot requires to look down the hallway, and if people are home, I don't want them walking down the hallway, and also I don't want to act a full scene out while people are home because they'll probably interrupt the scene or something. So we're gonna do the scene 2 first and see how far we get with that. Not the scene, shot 2, and then we'll do shot 1 because shot 1 doesn't require any sound other than Foley. So let's do this. I'm gonna set it up. Okay, I just spent 2 minutes thinking, and you know what I'm gonna do? I thought about this when I actually did it first, but I don't know why I didn't go with it. But maybe William should duck out of frame, and then that will give me the moment to turn the light off so that there's no jump cut. You'll see what I mean when I show you in the edit. That's just gonna remove so much crap, and I'm gonna do a still shot. We're not gonna have it move. We might have it move on a different day. I might refilm this, but we're gonna have it as a still shot. I think that's what we're gonna do. I've put this bounce up, but not for the reason of it being a bounce, for the reason that it acts like a green screen. And you might be saying, but why don't you just use green? Because if you use green screen and you don't have it well lit, it looks terrible in the edit once you key it out, because it like leaves green all around like your hair and stuff. What I'm doing is something that I've done in my skits a ton, is cut the person out in the foreground so the person in the background can move when they're in the different take. But I found that the hard way that hair is extremely hard to, oh not key, sorry, it's in After Effects, where After Effects automatically cuts out the character for you. It's called roto brush. So when you roto brush somebody and there's hair, it does a really bad job at hair. For me anyways. For my computer maybe, I don't know. If I put this white bounce behind it, it should be a lot better. I am hoping. And the key should be a lot better. The roto, sorry. So I'm testing that out now. Look at this. This is the original. And then if you go into the Luma, I'm not sure what it's called, you can see that it gets my hair very well. Pretty well, in fact. I'm going to use this technique today. If it doesn't work, I'll edit it tonight. If it doesn't work tonight, then I will have to try an alternate way. But let's do this, bro. I need to clean this shelf off because he's moving into the house and he shouldn't have all this stuff set up. Well, he doesn't have it set up yet anyway. So I'm gonna clear the shelf off. Let's hope it doesn't take too long. Voila! You witnessed me making my bed as well. You probably saw me put away the reflector. That's because it's tiny, and we've got a bigger one, which I'm afraid to open every time because it's so ginormous. Oh, please don't punch me in the face. Ta-da! Except it's the reflecting side, not the other side. So I've got to flip this around. Yeah, flip it around. I'm gonna do this out in the hallway actually. Ta-da! It's humongous. It's taller than me. Okay, we got a friend with us now because she wouldn't be quiet. Hello! Hello! That's not you. I can't figure out where you are. Oh, that's huge, bro. Let's hope this works. I probably should have set the camera up before I set that up so I know what I'm looking at behind. I've got the camera where I want it, and I put the light beside it to give me a tiny bit of push, some light on my face. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my part first, then the old lady's part, then a clean slate just to work with without this big fella in the background. Even though I don't think we're gonna need it, I think all we're gonna need is William's plate and the old lady's plate, then we can crop the old lady's plate and William's plate together. We'll just do them all so we're safe in the edit. Let's do it. Yeah, it is the same company as that receptionist job, but instead I'm out back with the boys helping them pack and stuff, and it's so much more money. Yeah, thank you, thank you. How about you though? Are you still at that cafe on Stanley Street? It's like an hour or two later and I've set up the second scene. I went downstairs and cleaned up all the mess that I made so the family didn't have to put up with it. But I spent like 45 minutes, half an hour I think, setting this scene up, and it's more convoluted than it needs to be. So basically, we've got the camera here on the slider, which is gonna go up, and the camera looks really freaking weird because I took the cage off and I'm not used to seeing it without the cage on, so it looks naked to me. But it's on the slider and that's going up. Go like this. But then see, under here was very dark because it had this flap up here, so I put this light down here to shine on there so you can see that. But then you couldn't really see here because it was dark up here as well. So I added my phone with this tiny piece of blue tack as a flag because it was spilling onto down here. So that cast some light onto here because my hands were dark. And then I've got this clamp to here so I can see what the hell's happening. And basically this thing pulls up, goes past the flap, which looks really cool. This looks like a James Gunn kind of thing in the Suicide Squad. Goes up and it shows my character unpacking this stuff onto the shelf. And then in the back room I've taken down some stuff that was on the wall. I took down my vinyl player, put a box there, took down some crap from here and just had these three main things, took down all the wires, that were on here. Everything's back on the shelf because you can't actually see the shelf. I don't know why I'm out of breath, but that's all. Cool. Only problem I'm going to encounter though is having to press for the slider to go up on the phone. That's that. Perfect. That's probably one of the shots where the slider looks the most epic because it's going between or through something. Well, not through something, but like, you know what I mean? Like it was going up and it went past this thing and it looked really cool. Oh, here it is replaying here. See, you got bedroom and it goes up. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. It's like a cool scene transition, but it's not a transition. That's all for today. Now I'm going to pack up and then wait a couple hours for my parents and the other kids to go out to film that scene with my character and then the window. And then you can see outside to see the old lady. What is up? Sorry about the vacuum cleaner. It's cleaning like a vacuum cleaner does. It is currently, what's the time? I think it's like near 7. Yeah, 7 o'clock. 3 hours later after the last clip that you just saw. And I've got the camera set up. The scene isn't set up. I just got the camera pointing towards the window to do this scene that I said I'd do. And I'm going to do it. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we will see. I'll show you the setup once I get it done. This is the setup we have. So we got the camera, like I showed you looking at the window. But then we got this light here kind of bouncing off the wall, giving some side light to William. Got the LCD here so I can see. And then outside, or on out there in a bit, we got the light. And we got this light up here on. I'm not sure if it actually does anything, but it's there. Sorry about the wind. Whoa, what was that? What is that? Oh, it's a net. Something made a noise over there. I think there's bats or something out here. I can hear squeaking. I got this work light under there, and I did put a black sheet over it because it was really bright. The black sheet made it very not bright. I've got this whiteboard and this tub of fake food. I just randomly grabbed them. I grabbed the whiteboard just so it blocks off the top of this so it's not as powerful on the roof because you can really see that in the shot. And I got my little sister to stand out here to check the lighting as if the old lady was standing here, and you can kind of see her. I'm not sure if I need to add a little bit of kick. I might add a bit of kick because you can't really see her. But other than that, that's what we got going out here. Really hope that the scene looks like it fits in with color and lighting and all that. I mean, it should do. It shouldn't be that bad. I hope. I'm gonna try and scare my little sister. Booga booga. Film that. I did actually have to use my phone because you couldn't see the old lady at all. Maybe in editing I could have brought up the brightness or something, but the phone added the extra mwah. So now it's William's turn to do his part of the scene where he picks up the phone and starts talking to somebody. So we'll see how that goes. Oh my gosh, after like 7 attempts I finally got it. Each time I didn't like the acting, or I was standing off frame, or I was looking the wrong direction, or I didn't do the right movement. I'm such a bad actor. But I'm done, so I'm gonna pack all this up. Little sister wants to watch a movie, so we're gonna watch a movie while everyone's away. And that's gonna be the rest of my night. Actually, no, I'm gonna be editing for the rest of the night. All this footage from today and seeing if I can splice it all together because, you know, there's a lot of splicing for this footage. Splicing? Cutting 2 clips together is what I mean. Gotta go take the stuff down from outside, and then I'm going to retire for the night until the movie's finished, and then I'm gonna go edit. Hello. It is currently day 4 of production, and I'm feeling the burn, if I'm honest. Even though I've only done 8 hours of filming this week, but then I did 5 hours of working as well, so that's what, 12 hours in 2 days. So I'm feeling the burn and a bit unmotivated, so I would love it if I had some motivation to do this, but I don't really, which is sad. But I'm gonna keep on pushing on because the deadline's coming up real fast, and I've got a wedding coming up that I need to film. Oh fuck, I knew that'd get me. I left this here last night on the tripod stand. I was like, I'm gonna get somebody with that. And obviously I did because the door's open. I always leave the door closed when I leave. Hopefully I got somebody when they came in here. What did I come down here for though? Oh, the camera's down here. I didn't even realize the camera was down here. That's not what I'm down here for. I was down here to get the storyboards because I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I got this shot, which is shot 12 of William moving from left to right across the screen. Now I just had a little thought upstairs that maybe I could do like a reaction shot of William turning around and facing the camera like I'm doing now with the 50mm, just so it's a bit close and personal. But I might do that side on. Yeah, I might do that side on. I'll start setting up upstairs and then I'll let you guys know what's happening. I really need a coffee as well. Coffee's like my go-to answer if I don't feel creative or energetic. It's horrible. I've got an addiction apparently. Got the shot set up. It's a lot bigger of a shot, like more parts to it than I thought it would be, which is good because I love lots of moving parts in a shot because it means I'm putting effort into it. So first off, we got this light behind me because in the previous scene, this light was pretty much lighting my face, so it's kind of like like the moonlight coming through the window, but not really. The camera's to my side, looking at me side on. Not like a wide shot as I wanted it, but it's more close and personal, and you feel a bit trapped because something paranormal has happened and you're like, oh gosh, and you're trying to get close to this person, you know what I mean? But anyways, my face is really freaking dark, which I really like. It's really cinematic, but also not practical. So I've got my phone light here, which I can flash on here, and it gives you some light. And there's a bounce. Oh, that's really bright. There's a bounce here, and you might be wondering, hey, Braden, how are you gonna bounce your phone? You don't have a tripod to place it on. I'm just gonna hold it because the camera has a 50mm on it, so it can't see really this far out, and it can't really see that my arms are raised. So I'm just gonna hold it and hope for the best. That's about it. I'm gonna do this scene now. Oh, I need the microphone, damn it. Hang on, I'm stupid. I need my phone up to my ear, so I can't shine it. I'm gonna have to set up a separate tripod to have like that little cube light that I have put onto it. Ah, that's annoying. Lucky I picked that out though, otherwise I would have been really freaking angry in the edit. Turns out that little cube light, this one, isn't bright enough to bounce off of the bounce, so I'm gonna have to set up on a tripod facing me far away, because if I put it too close to my face, it actually looks like it's being illuminated. So yeah, unless I like point a torch at it, I could do that, but where am I gonna place a torch is the prob. Everything's the same except I put the light up here and I turned it down a notch because it was a tiny bit too bright, which is weird to expect from that light because it's always not bright enough. But then also I got my phone on full brightness so that it casts more light onto my face as well. So we'll see how that goes. It should look pretty dope, I hope. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Cool. After 5 takes, I finally got it. The acting was okay. The lighting on my face was okay. It wasn't all perfect, but it was good. I can manage with that, which isn't what I want to be saying for this short film. I want to be saying, whoa, that was amazing, but I did end up moving. Why is my voice so deep? I did end up moving this light closer to get me more light, and also turning this light up a tad. But other than that, I didn't change the scene too much. Now it's time to move on to the next one. Why don't we? Oh, no, sorry, I'm fine. I just filmed the next shot. I forget what shot number it is. It was very complicated because you got to get the camera looking up at the light switch as well as my character. And it's really hard to fit my character in with the bookshelf here. I just remembered that this is up here. So I have to redo the scene again. Ah, damn it. That was such a good shot. Stupid continuity. We got the light. It was pointing up at me, but then I was like, oh, you can just bounce off the mirror. And it still works, and it gives less of a burn on my skin. Less intensity, if you get what I mean. I just got the monitor down here so I can see what I'm doing. And I might move this microphone because I just realized that you can probably hear the fans on the camera. That's that. My character walks into frame, puts his hand onto the switch, and is like, yeah, sorry, the breeze must have caught the door. Then he sees a shadow slip under the door, and he's like, oh shit, better get my bat. And I just realized the bat is not in the previous scene either, but you can't really see. Yeah, you can't see the bat, I don't think. You can't see that low to the ground. Cool. I said in the previews that I won't forget to put the bat in the scene, but I did forget to put the bat in the scene, but it doesn't matter because you can't see the bat in the scene anyways. I finally finished that shot. Gee, that took way longer. It took like 5 tries to do because I kept on not being in frame, and then I kept on being out of focus, and I kept not acting well. I'm gonna go downstairs and make a coffee now so it can boost my mood and also get out of this room because it's getting hot in here. The wind must have caught the door. Got my coffee and slurping on it, feel much better now. We've got the next shot happening, which is the camera looking directly down at the door, and then there's a light shining through the door, presumably, I can't say it, moonlight. And then in front of that light passes a figure of some sort, and that's what William sees. Here's the setup. We got the camera here, we got my phone light down here reflecting off of the reflector onto the door, just to give a bit more detail to the door so you know it's an actual door and you know what William's looking at. Then if we open the door, we've got the light, which I might either turn down or move further back because it is casting a lot of light. Excuse me. Don't hit anything. Let's see what moving it back does. I don't think you can see it as well. No, you can hardly see it. Move it even closer. Like there. I think that's where it was before. Yeah, that's good. We'll leave it there. And then I'll just have to be outside the door, moving in front of it. But see, what I was going to do is just go like a gentle shadow. See, what I was going to do is just like walk past the door like this. But that doesn't leave much for the camera to look at because William's gonna be looking at it, and if it's so fast, then it doesn't really make sense for us to see what he just saw played back. So I'm gonna have to walk real slow, like this. and hope that translates well. I would really like some part of William to be in that shot, but I can't really make him be in that shot because the lighting changes in that shot. What if I did like a over the shoulder shot, but not over the shoulder, like lower, like hip height? That's where the camera is at the moment, actually. I might try that. Cool, just finished that shot. So I moved the camera back a tiny bit and then I put my thigh there so it doesn't really look like it's me. You can see like one of my feet and my thigh. So hopefully that's enough to put William in that scene. And hopefully I can merge them two. Gosh, I'm going through puberty right here. I also put the phone up against my speaker because it was leaning against the tripod leg, but the tripod leg is too far away from the bounce now. I think that's that shot in the books, in the bag books. I don't know. Got the next shot set up. It's very convoluted for the shot that it is. Firstly, this is the bat we're using. I was using a cricket bat before, but then I remember that we had this thing that Dad kept in the car, just in case somebody had road rage and came at us and he could just pull this. Probably shouldn't throw that in a room of cameras. He'd pull this out and be like, no more road rage. And I'd be like, no more road rage. So that's what we're using. And I'm gonna have it in this box because why would you have a random Bam Bam bat floating around your room? So it's in a box. So here's the setup. Camera, light shining on Bam Bam stick. Now you got the light down here, mimicking the light coming through the door, illuminating my character. Then I've also managed to sneak this contraption. It's kind of like, you know, in hospitals how they have the bags of fluid. I forget what they're called, sorry. The drip, the IV drip, and they carry it around with them. It's kind of like that, but for a monitor. So I got that there so I can see what's happening. And then I also got this window over here open so it casts more shadow on my character's back. So William's gonna be standing here. He's gonna slip his phone into his pocket and then he's gonna reach back, grab the bat, and then pull it all the way up to the door and have it by his side while he opens the door. I forgot I had that picture there. Hopefully that's not in any of the frames. So that's the setup. Wish me luck. Damn, do you know how hard it is to slip a phone in your back pocket without using two hands? You have to use one hand, and without like putting your hand into the pocket, you just gotta try to find it with your phone and do it smoothly so it looks cinematic. It's so hard. But that looked dope, reaching back and grabbing this and then slinking it out so the whole camera can see and then bring it towards the door. That looks sick. That's probably gotta be one of my favorite shots so far. Besides the very first shot of the short film, I like that one too. Now I'm gonna pack this up. We got half an hour till, or half an hour-ish I can push over if I wanted, till I gotta get ready for work, have something to eat, sit down for 10 minutes just to rest between having to work with the videography stuff and then having to go to actual work where I get paid. The next shot we're gonna do is in the hallway, and that's the one where it either pushes in or pushes out. I can't remember what I went with. We'll find out when I look at the shot list and the previs, and then William's gonna be opening the door. So I'm gonna go set that up. That'll probably be our final shot today, maybe. Seems like an easy enough shot to set up, but that's always the case with these shots, and they take like an hour to set up, so we'll see how we go. Hey, guess what? It's half an hour later, like I told you. Wasn't supposed to be a complicated shot, but I made it a complicated shot. First off, we got the camera, which is on the slider and also on the flex head tilt thing, and it's pointed directly up at the door, and it can see here, and see this little box, which I'll get to in a second. But because the Blackmagic isn't exactly even on both sides, it was a bit slanted, so I chucked this under here just to give it a tiny little boost. In this room, we've got this little light shining on this box, and then we also got this flashlight flashing on this bounce, which is illuminating this wall even more. I put a box here just so you can tell the camera is moving back ever so slightly, and on the side I put cautious, because you know, you gotta be safe around boxes. But also just to say, hey, cautious, don't come out. Then we got this light here, which is kind of like the moonlight coming from in here, but it's also illuminating the door. Got the microphone down there, and that's about it. I just realized I did the shot wrong though. I had it as a pull back, but it's supposed to be a push in, because it's meant to be like, hey, stay in here, don't go out. So I'm gonna have to redo that again. Sweet, luckily I didn't pack everything up. Sick, just did that. I think it's like 3:10, so I better pack this up and throw it all in my room or get it cleaned up after work. Then have some lunch, and a very late lunch. That's it for today. That was a pretty good day. We got 5 shots done today. That's very good, but I'm probably gonna have to redo one of them because it just, oh, I forgot to turn the microphone off, because it just doesn't do it for me. That's the one where it's looking up at my character, where he goes to turn the light on, but then he realizes that there's a shadow slipping underneath the door. Yeah, pack all this up. Let's see what mood I am in tomorrow. That coffee definitely helped me today as well. Maybe I have to have a coffee earlier on. See you tomorrow. Hey, it's day 4 of production. It's currently like, I don't know, 12:30 or something. I've wasted most of the day because I slept a bit too long, a bit longer than I usually do. But we're gonna get right into this. I thought I'd be really tired because I couldn't get myself out of bed because I was really tired. But then once the water hit my back in the shower, I was feeling alright, and I actually feel pretty decent. Better than most days at least. I still need a coffee, so I'll go get that after I set up first scene and do that. But for now, I'm gonna set up the first scene, and I'll see you once I do that. Yeah, you're not gonna say anything bad if I pan down. Imagine being a cameraman on a set and this is your little perch for the next few hours. I'm setting up the next scene and the camera's in the bathroom and the toilet, sorry. In order for me to get it right, because it's a bit hard to adjust things through the viewfinder because it's kind of like flipped sometimes, or like you don't know which way's left or right or up and down sometimes, so it's just easier to get behind the camera and adjust it this way. We've got everything set up, sliders where it's supposed to be, all the calibrations are done. Oh, okay, no, 2 things. There's that thing up there, my sister's room, need to take that down. Also need to take this really cool painting down. Thinking about it now, I could probably use for this short film, because I need a picture of the old lady with family. So maybe, because this is my grandma and Poppy, I could get the saved version, make a new version, cross everybody's faces out, leave grandma could be the old lady, and cross everybody else's faces out. We could do that. Damn, that's such an old photo. It's from like the 60s or 70s. Oh, here we go. 1976. Right there, 1976. Dude, I love old paintings and old photos and all that. Oh, it gives me such joy for some reason. Just did the first shot, a couple problems with it that I didn't realize. I've got to take this carpet off the ground. Why do we have carpet on carpet? So that the carpet underneath the carpet doesn't get stained and stuff. And the other problem I saw was my face was absolutely smothered in darkness. So I'm gonna set up a light about my head height just to point towards me to give me a incy-bincy bit of light. Oh, my hair wasn't done up as well. Just realized that. I'm like, why does my hair look like different than it usually does? Before I show you what I've done, I'm gonna give you a question of the day. Now, this might be a really stupid, uncultured 20-year-old, but this is the window. See this thing leading up here? Once you untie that, shouldn't that make all this fall down? You know what I mean? That's what I thought. Unless there's like a button up there that you need to press. I mean, I thought it was this thing at first, a stick, but that's how you open the blinds. I thought that's how that worked, and I looked everywhere for a button to press or something, but they just wouldn't fall down. So I put this reflector, it's not a reflector, I'm calling it a dampener, even though it's not a dampener. So I put that up on the window because I couldn't pull the blinds down to reduce the light coming into the scene, because I realized that it was really, really bright for a nighttime scene. So I put the diffuser up there just so it blocks a bit of light, and I also put this light in the hallway. So that's that. Let's do this scene again and see how we go. Only took 3 tries, but we got it in the end. So now I have to pack this up and we'll head into my brother's room. Not really sure where to put the camera. It's gotta have to go on the bed because, yeah, we might shoot a 50mm just so we don't get all this crap in, because we're supposed to be moving in, not living here already. We'll see what the camera looks like. Got the next scene shot up. It took way longer than it needed to. I packed all the stuff off of my brother's shelf into this box and labeled it a spare bedroom. Down on the floor, we've got a torch shining up at it. It was through this reflector, but it wasn't bright enough, so I just took it away and shown the torch, and it seemed to have worked. Then on the opposite side of the bed, we've got the camera on the slider, which is going to be moving left to right, so pulling back on the character who's going in the opposite direction. Then we've got the curtain open like a smidge just to cast a bit of light into here, just to give some reflections off of like the fan and all that, and just to bring the brightness up in the room. And don't tell my brother, but I sort of moved his bed so I could put the tripod down here so it wasn't fully on the bed, and it wasn't like a full meter higher than it should have been. I'm still not entirely happy with the scene. I wish I had more freaking light to light the scene, but I don't, so that's my biggest issue and my biggest complaint and my biggest excuse at the moment. Oh, sorry, out in the hallway we've also got this light, which I was using to light this box, but then I realized that my character's face in the scene was exactly like this. It was very dark, so I had to light this, and even that's not working to light the full face. It's leaving half my face dark and the other half pretty bright, so I don't like that, but oh well. And then on the floor we've got the microphone just to pick up some Foley, just so I don't have to redo a lot of it in post. And that's the gist of it. Now I'm gonna film it. Dude, this shot is taking so long. I finished it, but then I didn't like how my face was so dark on one side and light on the other. So I tried to move the light in here, but then if I move it here, it's a hot spot on the door, and then also here, and also you can't see the box and you can't see the texture in the fan. So then I tried to move it back, but then it was too dark on my face. So I've got a lot of options in the edit, a lot of options that I probably won't like, but it's better than nothing, really. The option that I got like 2 shots ago, 3 shots ago was good. I can use that. So I'm gonna use that one and see what I can do in the edit. I'm not sure. Let's move on to the next shot now. Status report. I was looking at the monitor when I was looking at those shots, and the monitor makes it really dark and really brings down the black. So when I watched it on the actual camera, the shots actually looked alright. The lighting was alright on them. So I have a lot to choose from in the edit. Now we're moving on to the shot where we walk out into the hallway and William walks in and he's like, oh, what's out here? And that's pretty much all I can do to explain it. Set the camera up. I'm not sure if this is actually where it's going to be. It's close to where it's going to be. Close this window so you can't see outside. Open the window in my little sister's room so it casts light out because it was really dark with that closed. I need to move all this stuff back or into that room, and I need to close this cupboard and get some of these pictures off the wall. Oh, look at me up there. I'm so cute. Forgive the noise. I got the vacuum up here cleaning because the floor looked disgusting. So she's crashing into everything. But here's the setup we got. So I cleaned up everything. No photos on the wall that the camera can see at least. Oh, that was weird. The camera just tracked this face. Oh, that's scary. We got this window closed because it's too bright. Taking everything away from here. I think I showed you all this stuff. But behind, here's all the crap that was here. We've got this light shining behind me, which doesn't do too much, but it does enough just to give a tiny bit of light onto William's shoulder. And I've got this door here closed so the vacuum cleaner doesn't go in and clean my parents' room. But in my parents' room, we've got this window over here just to cast some light onto this wall, just to give like a little bit of a moonlight feel. This door is going to be all the way open so we have some more depth in the scene. So that's right. Don't you fall down the stairs. Okay, good. It has anti-falling downstairs technology, but I'm not sure if it actually works. I think we're all set for this scene though. Oh, then also got this monitor here, which is actually supposed to be down here, but the vacuum cleaner keeps on bumping into it, so I put it up here for now, just to tell me where I'm going in the scene and if I'm in the scene. You know what I'm talking about, bro? Two more things I want to run by you. We've got these boxes here and these boxes in the room, just to say, hey, this guy's moving into this house. Give even more reason. And I feel like these hooks on the wall give a lot of that story, because you don't usually see hooks on the walls without pictures hanging off of them. So it's kind of cool that these hooks are here to give that story. And then one more thing I wanted to tell you was I have this thing on a slider pulling backwards, as if to say the camera doesn't want to stay in this scene, it's trying to get out of it. So it gives a feeling, why should the character? He's going towards something dangerous, so don't go further. That's my story behind it anyways. Sick, we got that. I probably should have waited for this shot because I have to do this shot because this was the last shot I'm doing and now I'm finished. Now I have to pack all this up. Probably should have waited till tomorrow to do this so I didn't have to take everything down, set all this stuff up, and then have to take it down after one shot. Oh well, that's all I have time for today. Only 3 shots, which all took like an hour each. Wow. So I'm gonna go pack up, have lunch, get ready for work, then go to work, then come home, edit the things that I've done, then go to sleep, then wake up tomorrow, and wait 3 days until I get to do this again because tomorrow I'm busy, Saturday and Sunday the family are home, and then Monday I should be able to do this again. I get to have like a mini break because I am kind of exhausted despite doing only like, what, 15 hours of this? Not even that. And I'm feeling a bit burnt out, frankly. I'm gonna like this little rest that I'm doing, and it gives me time to think, gives me time to edit over the stuff that I've done and see how I can improve it. So yeah, I'll see you in 3 seconds, but for me it's gonna be like 3-4 days. Wow, you got through it all. Congrats, man. Thank you so much. That is amazing. And hours of your time just gone. I really hope you learned something, whether that's a new filmmaking technique that you didn't know before, but somehow I learned and implemented into my system. I hope you learned how many hours I put into these projects. That is just 5 days. We've got 15 days more to go. Like, oh, I looked back upon this footage and wondered how the hell I was able to put all this together, and I still don't know how. So thank you so much for watching. We got 3 more episodes to go, coming out every week, but if this is in the far, far future, you won't need to worry about that. They'll be in a playlist for you. So thanks for watching. Get ready for 3 more episodes, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.